Good girl.
Okay, now, before we continue any farther, I just want to remind you guys, this guy right here, he used to be a wild alligator. He was a bad mamma jamma, but he is going to live in captivity for the rest of his life, which means he'll never be destroyed. But it also means that I want to treat him as nicely and gently as possible. It may seem silly, but alligators, they're actually pretty intelligent. Over time, he's actually figured out that I'm not a real threat. You guys can see he's pretty relaxed, he's pretty calm. And that makes my job as a volunteer a whole lot easier. Now, when the alligators first come to us off the trapper, they're incredibly dangerous. They're very aggressive and very defensive because they are scared for their life. They don't understand what's going on. They're very frightened. Makes for a very dangerous animal. But over time, they do figure it out. Makes it a lot easier for us. The animals aren't stressed, and we can do educational shows. So it's a pretty cool thing. Now, does that mean that our alligators are tame or trained? Absolutely not. No way, guys. Please don't try this at home. They bite us all the time, so please be careful. Now, if you guys take a look inside of his mouth, all right, he's got 80 teeth in there. 40 on the top and 40 on the bottom. You guys see him jerking his jaws closed? They have mouths that are so sensitive, they can tell the difference between a stick or a fish, all by the way that it feels on their mouth. Now, these raindrops are hitting the inside of his mouth, so instinct tells him to slam shut, there's food. Unfortunately, that makes it a lot harder for me. So we're going to play this safe, okay, guys? We're going to take this a little slow. Come on, rain, go away. So now, I do want you guys to realize, though, they are biting down with enough pressure. They've actually been known to break their own teeth right out. They have 80 teeth in there, 40 on the top and 40 on the bottom. When they break their teeth out, the good news is another one grows right back. They cycle through their teeth throughout their life like a shark, 3,000 to 4,000 teeth. Now, an alligator this size bites down with a ton of pressure, literally 2,000 pounds per square inch. You guys don't seem very impressed by that. Let me give you some perspective. That is about 3 times the jaw strength of a great white shark. That's awesome! That's not frequent. Sharks, when you forget about it, gators are so incredibly strong. Now, they bite down with all that force using the muscles right here at the bottom of their neck. These muscles here, that's what they use to slam shut. Now, the muscles that they use to open their mouth are very small and very weak in comparison, which means I can hold their jaw shut with just one hand. You guys can see it. Now, this fact alone is what allows me to do this job, otherwise it should be a lot shorter and a lot more fun for you guys to watch. That's my best joke. Come on. Now, alligator wrestling, folks, it's obviously not like wrestling you see on TV. We don't hurt them, we don't headlock them, and I am certainly not wearing Titus spandex, okay? It's not that kind of wrestling. Gator wrestling is actually the traditional techniques of the Seminole Indians. They capture and restrain an alligator like this out in the wild using their bare hands. Now, these techniques were very important to the tribe. They have to hunt the alligator for the meat to hide. And to do that, they'd often go out by themselves. Now, the way they did it was by jumping on the alligator's back. They'd close up the jaws, but then they'd tie the alligator's jaws shut. They had to bring it back alive. If they butchered the alligator in the swamp, by the time they brought it home with the heat, it would have spoiled by then. So they brought it back alive. But when you do it by yourself, it's a little tricky, right? You guys know you need 2 hands to tie up a knot, correct? Right. So how do you think they held the jaw shut? He couldn't use his hands. What do you think?
You put your chin in front.
Their chin? You got it. It's a smart cookie right up front. You actually held it shut in between your chin and your chest. They put those front teeth right up against their throat. I know it sounds crazy, but you know, I saw it on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure it works. So, this move is what we call the bulldog, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you guys right now. So, you want to get a picture? It's cool, my arms go out to the side, or there's a big spray of blood. Oh my god. Check and see this little game. No, they hold him up like so.
Good job.
Woo! Now, at that point, you take out your rope, you tie it up on the alligator jaws, and they caught and tie it. Alright, we gotta get out of there. Okay, so what's incredible about that is that will work on a huge alligator, a little alligator, any size in between, all because of that low opening force. That is pretty cool stuff. Now, some other interesting things about this handsome guy. Take a look at those eyes. Now, alligators do have a third eyelid. Now, watch very carefully. You're gonna see it flip forward when he opens his eyes. Right there. Did you see that? Isn't that cool? That's what we call a nictitating membrane. Now, it comes up like a swim goggle. He can see through it, but it does protect his eyes when he's hunting underwater. Now right behind his eye, you guys see this little flap I'm wiggling right there? Does anybody know what that is? That is his ear. Isn't that adorable? It's an alligator ear. So his ears are a muscle. They can flex it shut, completely sealing off the ear canal when he submerges. And if you look up here, his nostrils can do the same thing. He has a valve in the back of the throat, which he can also seal off. Keep in mind, guys, this alligator, he's a reptile. He cannot breathe underwater. They have all of these different adaptations. They work together to make him a very successful predator under the water. Pretty cool stuff. Just set your head down, big guy. Now, if you look here, his beautiful bumps and ridges that go down his back all the way to the tip of his tail. Folks, these aren't actually scales. They're made out of solid bone. They're what we call osteoderms, which in Latin means bone skin. So these bone plates are more dense than even your own skeletal structure. They're very, very hard, and they actually act like armor plating to protect this guy, mostly from bigger gators. They have that huge jaw pressure, and they definitely fight with one another. So for a little guy like this, it's very important for protection. Now, I have one more trick to show you guys, but before I do, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself so you don't leave here thinking I'm some kind of crazy redneck, because I see the looks, I know what you can do. I'm actually a professional animal trainer. I've been working with lions and tigers since I was about 18 years old. This is my first year working with alligators, though, and I will say, the more you learn about something, the less scary it is, right? Educate yourself about your local wildlife, folks. It'll make it safer for you and for the animals. Not to mention, you might be an alligator enthusiast and you didn't even know it. They are pretty cool. Now, I mentioned before, we are volunteers. We don't get paid to come here and do the shows. We make the money through the tip jars. Today, 100% of the money and the baby gator pictures, it's all going to Searchy for that little Great Dane puppy. I'm optimistic, guys. I think it's going to go well. If you guys have any questions about the animals, whether the puppy dogs or these puppy dogs, you let me know and I'll answer any of your questions. So this last trick is what we call the face-off. This one has no traditional roots, but it's something we do just to impress you guys. So I hope you guys like it.
Oh. Being a brat.
Have your cameras ready, folks.
Immediately.
Everybody got one?
Great job.
Okay. All right, we're gonna jump off this back.
Woo!
Now you guys can see, he just wants to move